Hello, and welcome to Cappex/College Greenlight. My name is Valerie, and I'm a Partner Relations Manager for College Greenlight, an online platform which unites a collective of educational advocates to increase college access and completion for underrepresented and historically underserved students. This is part 3 of a 4-part video series which takes you through account creation, college list build and profile reading, our scholarship center, and all the latest and greatest on our platform. In this video, we will be taking a deep dive into best practices when using the site, how to read college profiles, college list building, and eventually we're going to see the site tailor itself to our preferences. All right, let's get started. So like I mentioned, in the last video, we reviewed logistics on the platform and how to use it and how to read it. We did add additional information to our profile underneath the personal info and high school academics part of our profile. So if we click into those tabs, we will see our personal information filled out there. And this is where we add more information about ourselves. Small refresher for those of us who might have not remembered that from the last video. So for this presentation, I will be filling out just some personal information about myself. I am Hispanic and I am a first-generation college student. We'll revisit family income level later in the presentation. You can continue to add more information if you'd like. There's a specific religion that you subscribe to. If you'd like to add your phone number, always remember to save your changes as you make them. We did add our testing scores to the high school academics section. Now that is that top tab over here or on the left-hand side. This is where you can add your ACT and SAT scores, as well as your GPA, high school grad date, college start term, and your college readiness program, which should already be indicated through the unique link that you are using. All right, with that being said, once you finish all sections of your profile, you can kick off your search. The next step section is going to tell you what you need to complete for your profile. That way you get the best site experience. So we added academic scores. We also went through and added college preferences on the last video. I'll go ahead and show you that as a quick refresher. On the left-hand side, the tab My Preferences, if you click on that, there are 6 different topics that we could be adding any preferences we have on an institution. So if you are like me, let's say you like a larger sized college, I want a campus setting in the city, and let's say the 2 majors I'm interested in are business and engineering. You can get a little granular with what you are looking for if you would like. In the location section, that's where you can put how far away from home you would like to be, or if there are any specific states. I will keep it broad, and we'll go back to the Home tab. And this saves automatically as well. Perfect. Okay, so adding those preferences, it's what's going to change today's matches, that section over here at the bottom of your dashboard. This list is going to tell you which schools are good matches based on what you're looking for, and it lists what about them is what matches. So Boston University, it's in a major city, it's a large school, has a major I'm interested in. And these colleges also have admissions requirements that might fit you as well. If you like a school, you can go ahead and add it straight from the list with a heart. Or if you're not interested, you can press an X to no longer see that recommendation. Scrolling up, we do see that we have a college list and a tab on the left-hand side that says My College List. This is where all the colleges that you heart or like or save will be added to. The website already categorizes them as reach, target, and likely schools. So let's click into there and see what this means. I'm going to click See My List, but you can also click the tab on the left. All right, like I said, you can add to your college list by clicking that heart emoji on the college profiles, but your list is automatically sorted by those buckets, like I mentioned. So that is going to be your likely, target, and reach schools. There is a definition on the website, but I'll quickly go through them. So the reach schools, these are the schools that might be a challenge to get into, but you should definitely still reach for it. Add a little more to your application and work with your teachers and advisors to really hone in on all parts of that app. Target schools, you're right on track. You know, you're academically similar to students that get accepted here. Likely schools, it looks like you're right on track and there's a likely chance that you'll get in. It just means essentially that that you are on par with the admissions requirements of some of those schools. All right, your matches then appear at the top. These are the same matches that we saw earlier on the dashboard. Under each category, though, we're going to see recommendations. So clicking into that, this is going to be just same institutions, either academically, like in academic rigor or location, as the ones that you have added to your list already per bucket. So for example, if I have nothing under my likely school section, I can go ahead and see some recommendations and start adding from here to fill up that part of my college list. Something I would also like to point out are the emojis and the color coordination on the cards when they are on your list. So as we can see here, we have 3 emojis displayed. There is no rhyme or reason. I just say that this is maybe passive, neutral, or super excited. If that helps you organize your colleges, that is one way you can start indicating just how you feel about your institutions on your list. There is also a part here if you like just keeping track of where you are in the admissions process per institution. There is a color coordination on the right-hand side of each college on your list. So you can put that you are considering the college, whether you've applied, been accepted, waitlisted, or denied. We will move over to the colleges tab now. Clicking into this tab, we will have access to over 3,500 different undergraduate institutions on our website. Filters for search are going to be along the top, and they make it easy to start exploring for colleges. So let's start clicking into them. We have our basics, which you can select 2-year institutions, 4-year, public, private, or a specific state that you want to look in. Cost, this is where you can search up an institution either by net or sticker price, and respective definitions are underneath each. Majors, exactly that. If you'd like to search an institution by major or program name. Academics. So this is, we can filter by selectivity of the school. So how many students they admit every year, from most selective to not very, as well as searching by your testing scores. Now, if you have your ACT or your SAT scores available, then you can definitely do search by that. I know in this uncertain testing environment, there have been some changes with test optional, but do not fear. Underneath the More tab, we do have another filter for test optional. So that will be any institution that has indicated that they are test optional for the current academic year. Underneath the campus setting, we have the same selectivity as we do under preferences, so that major city versus small city or suburb, or we can search by that student body size, so small, mid-size, or large. We'll click back into that More tab. We have a couple more filters on there that you can search by, being 100% of financial need met, need blind, no application fee, test optional, like I mentioned. Now, if you're interested in attending an HBCU or a historically Black college or university, you can use that filter. Or if you're interested in attending a strictly women's or men's college, we do have filters for that as well. Don't forget, you can also use the search bar in the top right-hand corner. That way, if you know the name of the institution, you can search up that way too. College cards have average price, average ACT, and average SAT scores for admission. And let's click into one of these cards. Bit of background on the college profiles. The data in these profiles does get updated annually by our support team. So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into each tab and what is hosted there. Some institutions might have this first tab called an inside scoop. Not everyone has that, which is definitely okay. It just means that this college has something in particular to say to you as a Greenlight student. So this tab just hosts additional content and media that's curated for students by the college. Can continue to scroll down. We can see that Harvard has offered a couple blurbs on academic resources, student activities, or financial aid, as well as what they're looking for in a student. Some partners have videos, there are photos, external links, just depends what they have on there. Next up, the Overview tab. This is going to be a snapshot of the institution, including data points on student demographics, how the school matches what you're looking for, and graduation dates, or graduation rates, my apologies. So as we can see, Harvard is a reach school, but I did want to touch on where your preferences come into play. So once you indicate what you're looking for in a college, Cappex will tell you the My Cappex Insight. So it's going to tell you how this school matches what you're looking for. Looks like for what I'm looking for with majors and campus size and setting, that Harvard is going to be a poor fit for me. Now, let's say I'm coming back to the site and I've actually changed my preferences. You can update them as you're doing your college search if you would like. If you click Update My Preferences, you can update what you've selected in real time. Here we have the background on student demographics and that college graduation rate. At the bottom of the profile, we do see a section called Similar Colleges. Like I said, this is going to be recommendations, but at the same time, we are looking at Harvard. So the website is going to say, I know you're looking at this institution. Here's someone similar in academic rigor, like Yale, or maybe here's someone who is in the same state as the institution that you're currently looking at. Looks like because I'm looking at an Ivy, a lot of the colleges recommended will be Ivies, but you can continue to scroll just to see what other recommendations there are. And you can add from this carousel as well. The admissions tab. This is going to have more information on the admissions requirement of an institution, including deadlines, how you compare to admitted students, and what you need to apply. We can see what are my chances. So like I said, because I kept it honest, Cappex is telling me that this is where I land with the academic profiles of students that typically apply to Harvard. Get a bit of a ballpark, but let's say you have more accurate information. Let's say your GPA changed. You can update your info right on the profile as well. There are those deadlines I was talking about, as well as application requirements. And at the bottom, we can see the applications that Harvard takes, as well as if they have a fee waiver. The costs tab will have more information on a school's average costs, which are broken down by in-state and out-of-state. The financial aid section will break down grant and student loan data. There is also a section for after graduation and letting you know that this is not major specific and not based on the program that I indicated. This is only an average. I know I mentioned I would talk about family income. So as we see, average cost after aid is about 18 grand. If we click see my estimated cost, this is where Cappex will indicate that you can select a income bracket. You can set a net price estimate. I will say that this is just an estimate, and I always just like to push to please speak with your institution's financial aid office for more information because they will have more based solely on your specific financial situation. And majors, this lists degrees and programs offered by the institution. As we can see, it says Harvard does not offer business or engineering. I would like to make note a reminder that some schools have different program names for their majors. And if the website says that your program is not offered, that is a-okay. Your institution might just list the name differently. And so we always recommend to refer to their website for an expansive list of their majors and their programs. Here we can see that Harvard does have engineering. They just get a little bit more granular with the terms. You can see interdisciplinary studies, etc. Here we have economics. All right. So that has been college list building, reading the college profiles, and we got to see the site tailor itself to us. Join me in part 4 of this video series where we will review our scholarship section and how to search and read the scholarship cards. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next time.